Harav Shlomo Lorenz, Zeicher Livracha, who lived from 1918 to 2009, member of the Israeli Knesset on behalf of Agudas Yisrael, told the following personal story. I travelled to Bournemouth, England for Rosh Hashanah of 1952 to collect money for a very worthy organisation. In those days, many well-to-do people spent Yom Tov at resort hotels in the area. Prior to Mariv, on the first night of Rosh Hashanah, I was invited to speak in the shul of one of these hotels. Those gathered responded to my speech with generous pledges, but when it came time for davening, I could not help but notice that the kashrus of the mechitza was very questionable, and I wasn't sure if I should daven with them. I opted for the seclusion of my room in the hotel and went to daven there. In addition to missing tefillah b'tzibur and davening with a minyan, I failed to say Kaddish for my father, whose yahrzeit is on the first day of Rosh Hashanah. The next morning I was able to locate a more suitable minyan to daven with, but because I had not recited Kaddish the night before, I forgot to recite it in the morning davening as well. In fact, the entire yahrzeit of my father passed without my reciting Kaddish even once. When I remembered my failure to recite Kaddish for my father, I was overcome with remorse, and I blamed the public activities that had brought me to Bournemouth in the first place. In my despondent state, I viewed my failure to say Kaddish for my father as a sign from heaven that I should abandon my work for the public. My resolve on that point was firm. When I returned to Eretz Yisrael, I went to Harav Avram Yeshaya Karelitz Zeichet Tzadik Livracha, who lived from 1878 to 1953, known as the Chazon Ish, to inform him of my decision to abandon public issues and my reason for the decision. I told him that I intended to return to the Beis Medrash, which was where I had spent my time before I was asked to work in public service. After hearing the explanation for my decision, the Chazon Ish astonished me with his response. He told me, I do not accept what you said. You did recite Kaddish. I assumed that the Chazon Ish had misunderstood me. So I once again repeated the story of what had happened to me in England, and I added for emphasis, I did not say Kaddish. It then became clear that the Chazon Ish had indeed heard me clearly. He said to me, you are mistaken. You did recite Kaddish. Why do you think we say Kaddish on a parent's yahrzeit? The reason is because when a child sanctifies the name of Hashem in public, he is bringing pleasure and honor to the neshama of his parents. What greater pleasure could you have brought your father than by doing what you did? You gave up your own personal comfort to travel to a foreign country where you had to daven without a minyan on Rosh Hashanah as part of a mission on behalf of the public. There is no greater Kaddish than that. When I heard those words from the Chazon Ish, my resolve to retire from public life dissolved entirely. As it turned out, I was zeicher to keep up my work for another 30 years. As brought in Torah Utfila by Rav Yehuda Winzelberg, Parshas Vayikra.